Hey, Flamenco Addict here. Welcome to Flamenco Guitar from scratch, where we're going to learn the absolute basics of flamenco guitar. This is where you should start if you've never picked up a guitar before or it's been many years since you last did. We'll learn to avoid the main beginner mistakes, and by the end of this video you'll be playing your first flamenco chords with the easiest gypsy rumba strumming pattern ever. If you've tried learning flamenco rumba before and you found it too hard, don't worry, I promise you'll be able to play this one. And I bet you've never seen it in any other tutorial. But before we go into that, I have to answer a question that you've probably asked yourself at some point. Can we start learning flamenco guitar right away without any previous guitar experience? The answer, contrary to what most teachers will tell you, is probably not. And to be clear, you can't really learn any other style right away either. And I'll tell you why. It's because music is a language. I don't know if you remember when you started speaking your language, but when you were first learning, I don't think you could exactly call that English or whatever language you speak. We start by uttering sounds like an animal and then simple words, and after a few years of copying our parents and being guided by them, we finally learn to speak our language properly. It works the same with music, only instead of simple words, we start by learning silly tunes. Tunes that you already know in your head, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Happy Birthday, and shit like that. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but it's the fastest way to find your way around the guitar. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to play flamenco right away. It just means, unless you're some kind of genius, you probably shouldn't skip this phase. But I say do both. So before we move on to learning your first flamenco chords, I'm going to show you the fastest way to learn your first tunes, which is learning how to read guitar tabs. It's super easy, you only need to know two things. These boxes are called frets, starting from fret 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The other thing you need to know is that the strings are ordered from high to low. So the highest string is the first string, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. From here it's just like playing the battleship game. You can locate the notes by using these two coordinates of fret and string. The numbers represent the frets and the lines represent the strings. So for example, if you see a 1 in the highest line, you will press fret 1, first string. If you see a 3 in the second line, you will press 3rd fret, second string. If you see a 0, it just means you play the open string without pressing any fret. For now, stick to playing melodies in the first position, which is this 4th fret box here. As a rule of thumb, for simple melodies, each finger will control one fret. If I need to play in the 1st fret, I'll use the index finger, on the 2nd fret, the middle finger, on the 3rd fret, the ring finger, on the 4th fret, the pinky. As for the right hand, we'll use the thumb to pluck the strings for now. Try playing Ode to Joy. If it sounds off, make sure you tuned your guitar correctly. I'll leave you a 30-second tutorial in the description in case you don't know how to do it yet. That's all you need to know to start playing tunes that you already know in your head. Now you can Google tabs for silly tunes, and you should do this until you can sight read them easily and you're comfortable playing in the first position. At this point, you don't need to worry about sounding sloppy, that's to be expected. What you should try to avoid though is getting bad habits that will be hard to unlearn later. There are 3 main bad habits that you should be wary of at this point. The first is holding the neck like a stick. If you come from electric guitar, you already have this bad habit. That's correct in electric guitar, but in Spanish guitar, it's really bad for your sound. But even if you don't play electric guitar, this is like the natural human way of holding a stick. So we all have this bad habit to some extent. And to play flamenco guitar, you need to get used to doing weird, unnatural things with your hands. So try holding it like this instead, with your thumb acting like a limiter and your fingers pressing the strings against the fretboard. But here's the thing, since for a while you'll need to see the fretboard to place your fingers, you'll probably hold the guitar in an inclined position like this, which makes it really hard to hold the neck correctly. So keep that in mind and try to gradually learn to play with your guitar as straight as possible as soon as you can. The second bad habit is going like this with your fingers. The moment you go flat like this, you lose all the strength from the tendons, which makes it way harder to press the notes and way more likely that you get an injury. So try arching your fingers like this instead. It's like pressing down with your arm like this, using your whole body strength, as opposed to going flat like this, where you're just using your arm and you only get a fraction of the strength. The third bad habit is going like this with your thumb. The main reason you want to avoid this is because it looks freaky as hell, but also because you get less power and control. So instead you want to keep your thumb joint straight and move the thumb as a whole. This is the technique you'll use to learn melodies for now. Just make sure you rest the thumb on the next string, like this. As opposed to doing a free stroke. Of course you can do a rest stroke when you're playing on the first string, but still try to keep that same angle even then. This will give you a more powerful sound fit for flamenco. Bonus tip, and this is the most important tip to get a clean sound. Try to always place your fingers really close to the metal fret. Instead of going like this. Now that we got that out of the way, let's learn our first flamenco chords. Keep in mind, if you struggle to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the chances of this sounding right are slim to none. That doesn't mean you're bad at guitar, it just means your hand mobility and dexterity is not good enough right now. Some people can handle chords right away because they have stronger hands with better mobility, whether it's because of their anatomy or day-to-day activities. Other people may have worse mobility but boast other skills like better sense of rhythm, so they can handle more advanced melodies right away. You should take the path of least resistance, depending on your current capabilities. So try this, and if you're not there yet, keep working on simple melodies for a while. And also subscribe and stay tuned because I'll do a tutorial on flamenco melodies for beginners as well. So the first chord we're going to learn is the F chord. If you have any experience with chords, you're probably thinking I'm out of my mind right now. But don't worry, it's a special flamenco F chord that is played with open strings. It sounds like this. And here's the voicing. This is a chord diagram. Don't confuse it with guitar tabs. This is straight up a drawing of the fretboard, as if you're looking at it like this. The dots represent where to place your fingers, and you see these numbers inside the dots. These represent your left hand fingering. So 1 represents your index finger, 2 your middle finger, 3 your ring finger, and 4 your pinky. So we have finger 1 on the 6th string, first fret. Then we have finger 3 on the 5th string, 3rd fret. And then we have finger 4 on the 4th string, 3rd fret, right below the ring finger. And then we have finger 2 on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Try to keep your pinky as close to the ring finger as possible. Now try playing the strings one by one to see how many actually sound clean. Most likely some of the notes you're pressing will sound fuzzy or muffled, and you're probably killing some of the open strings with the underside of your fingers as well. As you gain control with your fingers and learn to arch them in a more perpendicular position, you'll see it naturally starts to clean up. It's not the easiest chord to start with, to be honest, but this is the quintessential key in flamenco and the alternatives aren't necessarily easier. It's the only key that will sound flamenco right away, even if you're just starting out. So try your best and don't get frustrated if it doesn't sound clean. The other chord we'll learn today is the E chord. It sounds like this. And here's the voicing. So we have finger 2 on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Then we have finger 3 on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And again, try to keep these two fingers as close as possible. And then we have finger 1 on the 3rd string, 1st fret. This one is easier, but if you want it to sound even more flamenco-ish, you can move finger-free up one fret, like this. These two chords are all you need to start playing in the flamenco mode in E. It's called that because here the E chord acts as our home base, meaning it's where the harmonic tension resolves. And it's where you would end a flamenco piece in this key. Work on these two chords separately until your brain associates each shape with a single movement, meaning you no longer need to prepare the shape finger by finger. And once you get to that point, you want to work on changing from one to the other as fast as you can. This is the harder part, so take your time. There are no shortcuts for this chord change. You just need to shift the whole position and avoid flailing your fingers around as precisely as you can. Once you get good enough with these chord changes, you can try the super easy rumba pattern I promised you at the start of the video. And if you still don't feel comfortable with these chords, you can try it with other easier chords like, for example, E minor and A minor, or whatever chords you like. So it sounds like this. For this rumba pattern, you only need two skills: strumming up and down with the thumb and hitting the strings. I'll play it slowly. So step 1 is down with the thumb, step 2 hit the strings, step 3 down with the thumb again, step 4 up with the thumb, and step 5 hit the strings. So this makes one cycle. Now you want to loop it. Now if you play it like that, it sounds a bit too sweet, more like pop rumba. So if you want to get the real gypsy rumba feel, you'll want to upgrade to this version. So instead of hitting the strings perpendicular like this, strum down with the fingers. And the key is to immediately after mute the strings. Don't even let them ring. So if I separate it into two movements, it looks like this. But it's so immediate that it basically becomes a single movement. So we've got. Now you can add this little detail here. Just go up with your index right before restarting the cycle. I don't think there's a faster way to start sounding somewhat like flamenco than the one we just saw. But of course there are many other setbacks and mistakes that you'll probably make when starting out in flamenco guitar. Most importantly, not knowing how to choose a proper flamenco guitar, overcomplicating your practice, and believing myths that unconsciously sabotage your progress. I addressed these 3 points in the video, The 3 Things Every Beginner Needs to Know, which is only available to watch for my newsletter subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, go to flamencoaddict.com, enter your email, and as soon as you confirm it, you'll get access to the video. Also, in that video I compare a cheap guitar to an expensive one, and a lot of people ask me what's the model name of the cheap guitar. I don't mention it in the video because the point is that you learn how to spot a good one on your own. But if you want to know, just answer any one of the emails you'll receive from me with the word cheap guitar all together as one word, and I'll tell you the model name. Just don't ask me where to buy it because I don't even know if it's available where you live. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments how you're doing with it. That's all for today. Have a good one.